In the immortal words of ReDeYe, brutal, savage, Rekt. That's what this week's Best Of is all about. Now, before you guys go hit the comment section with, "But Colin, you already covered this last week." Nah, bro, we didn't. The previous episode of Best Of focused on the best Get Wrecked moments in CSGO in-game. This week, we've opened it up to all the esports, and we're focusing on that out-of-game savagery. I repeat, out-of-game savagery, not trash talk. There is a difference. I mean, you guys know how it is, right? Sometimes you just gotta switch off that filter, turn to the guy next to you, and drop the verbal smackdown. Actually, that kind of sounds like a typical day at theScore eSports.
I'm a huge Navi fan. I love seeing them play. I love seeing Dendy do well, and I really wish that they, played much better throughout this tournament. But I guess they are back to being garbage right now.
Henry's not showing anything. Just as much of a pussy in game as he is real life, but that is going to be it. Moses defying Azra, the defuse is going to come across.
Ooh, how does it feel? How does that feel? Oh yeah. Oh, that's the sound I can get used to. I can get used to that sound.
Behave!
I've got my tickets here. I got tickets to the Korean hype train, and I will be giving them out. It's your last chance. First class still available, Crepo. Here, let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and punch this for you. There you go.
Thank you, Monty. I appreciate your SKT favorite, but I think it's more time for a Royal Lucian.
Well, sometimes in life you lose, and sometimes you face an A. So I expected a pretty easy win.
Absolutely. Well, maybe if you can't make it in here, you can try out for some North American team.
Yeah, and qualifiers are full of garbage teams who pick garbage heroes.
I'm so happy that I wasn't the meanest person on this panel today. Thank you.
Gotta be honest, you guys got smashed by Gambit there. And what did you take from that? What did you learn from that?
Smash? Wait.
Hey, the truth is harsh.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
I'd just like to apologise to all the viewers who tuned in and had to watch that North versus AGO match. No one should have to put up with that. That's cruel and unusual punishment. But we do have some good matches coming up now, so hopefully this will make up for it. Fuck MSL. We're all thinking it.
Reasonable.
We're all thinking it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Lord Knight? I have to be the jerk here, but nobody asked you, brother. Okay? No, that's a report.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Super is consistently just really good. He's always a top 5 mid player regardless of the patch. And obviously everyone knows the support duo is really good.
I mean, is he good? Is he super good mid or just super good mid compared to you when you played mid?
Xmithy is still pretty much Dandy light, so.
Okay, so.
Good joke, dude. Xmithy is just as good, if not a little better than Dandy. I think Xmithy is so good.
Oh, so Peter, you didn't make it to Worlds, so you're practicing your stand-up career now?
Oh, man. Are you practicing your Korean national bannerman?
He'll just sit there and press empty buttons, and I'm just but he did that to me, and I just wanted to stop and say, you're clever, you're tricky.
Yeah,
you're tricky. I commend you on this.
It worked on you, but we're talking about Snake Eyes here, right? And Snake Eyes is a top player.
Fatality.
Yeah, so I do think that there is still, a small chance for LGD here. They go 3-0, which, based on the quality of their players, should be possible, right?
There's a higher chance you get more hair in your head. I'm just gonna say.
Oh my god.
Yanko and I have prepared a visual representation for what happened in that game, so I hope everyone at home is ready for this. Yanko?
They're just locked into defensive positions, and then suddenly the value just drops down completely. Like a Javan who's behind is about as useful as you in the jungle, Kobe.
I'm LD. I would be joined here by Merlini, but unfortunately, he can only do one job at once, so I'm stuck with you, Blitz, and there's no Storm in the game. What do you got for me?
It's honestly just incredible being on stage here with the guy that they brought in case Toby gets sick.
Blitz, I have to ask you, as someone who's never cast an international grand finals, what are your thoughts on the draft?
Honestly, the draft seems to be a little bit better. I kind of disagree. For me personally, I think that Vici, they're top 4 material, but they're kind of like the LD of casting. They're never really going to get that top spot.
Tell me how bad you are.
I'm bad enough to beat Hero 2-0, Ryong 2-0, who else? Virus 2-0, blah, blah, blah. But then lose, curious. Yeah. Open bracket was pretty easy, I'm not going to lie.
Pretty easy, but you lost.
Yeah, shit.
I was actually a pretty decent keeper in football. I think it all went downhill, so I just started playing more video games.
And now you're not even in LCS?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I had to.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the games.
I just want to say screw all the casters for not believing in us, and hopefully you guys believe in us in the playoffs.
Thank you very much,
Why
Paula.
does Chewie have to be such a little dipshit?
Sorry?
Why is he such a little dipshit? I predicted them to win. I did it at the beginning of the day. He
But
just
even
threw
still-
everyone under the bus. Don't put me in the same basket as these guys.
It's a final we always deserved here at the World Championship.
It's like we're watching
So
an LCK game,
Yeah.
only with better casters.
Oh shit! You know, sometimes, Crepo, they have to give you the chance to actually cast the good teams, so welcome to the OGN Autumn Season Final.
Problem for them is Shazam. He turned up. And I'm not talking about Kazam, that terrible movie that Shaq made in the 90s. I tell you what, it was a terrible movie for the lounge guys, so they didn't want to see any part of that. What do you think of that?
Takes a lot of steel to say that, brother. I'll say this, Thorne. How quickly can you run? Because Shaq can cover some ground over here, too.
Faster than Shaq, I hope.
He can get from this set to that set
Faster
pretty
than he
quick.
used to go up and down the court, mate.
That was pretty funny, David Buckham. Watch it, boy. You don't want to diss me, or I'll dish out my misery. Since you guys think it's a sport, we'll challenge you guys in a couple weeks. Any game you want, you come to any game. And I'll make you eat those words, buddy, because it's getting better. It's getting better. We challenge you 3.
What about weight loss? Should we do that?
What about muscles? What about boxing when I come over there and punch you? This is America. The Queen can't help you over here, buddy.
Well, first of all, the analyst desk have nothing like to worry about. They can talk about all the problems we're having with the videos and blah 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 and whatnot. They don't know shit if you ask me. Especially Torin.
What the hell is going on? What are these weirdos talking about on the desk? If you are unfamiliar, fortunately, theScore eSports does help you out. I love you. I love you all very much. Don't shrug at me. I love you. I do. I love you.
Expose article coming on what I think about him soon.
I cannot wait. A 25-minute video saying 2 minutes worth of content. Now, though, let's move on.
I spent 5 years of my life living in South Korea, and I loved it. But today, you know what? I'm going to be an American. You know, people have been wanting me to cheer for America for years, to protect the Americans.
This is one of my top 10 anime betrayals right here. Unbelievable.
You know what, Golden Boy? Today's not that day.
No! What? There it is! Oh, no! This is a double turn! A heel turn! A double heel turn! One of us! No,
it's Korea, baby!
They'll be casting with the Sir Action slacks. I was like, fuck me. I have to cast with that moron. You know, I'm trying to be serious. Like, I had worked, like, I'm trying to, like, do this. I mean, geez, I'm wearing a wig and a costume, and teams don't pay me to do anything anymore. So here we are.
That's great.
Thanks, Slacks.
Now you work for me, bitch.
Kind of learned the game. Only a little, though. Only a little. I mean, I'm not quite LCS pro player level, but then again, neither are you anymore.
That throw would have connected, but it was a hit. The hit stun was longer than block stun. The throw whiff.
Congratulations, Smug. We'll see you in the losers.
I am technically undefeated in CSGO 1v1s. I demolished my fellow supervising editor who does not play CSGO.
When I was there in Toronto, who was I watching that day? Because that person wouldn't have been hard to beat.
Oh! I can hear you fine. I'm just praying to God that you guys have pressed the record button and you've got the right technology and there's no aliens or gremlins involved, because, God, I'm not coming back again, guys. That's it, I'm done. No more burns. No more burns. It's too brutal. It's too savage. And you guys got wrecked enough, so I'm done.
Not cool! Brutal, savage, wrecked. Absolutely taken down.
Well, guys, that's all we got for you this week on Best Of. Now, look, if you think we missed your favorite savage out-of-game moment, truth is, probably wasn't that good. Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.